Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Sarah and I'm about to do a grocery haul for a family of 13. Most of our food for 2 months. It's a lot of food. I'm out in my garage because I wanted to show you before I brought it all in. I am so thankful that my husband got a truck this last year. Not sure where else we would have fit all this food. But here is a good look at the Sam's Club order, as well as more Sam's Club order and some Walmart order. I'm gonna get this all inside. All right, that took me a minute. The air drying hair went up in a bun and I am officially sweating, but I got it all in and displayed for you. It's a lot of food. Here it is. The light is not helping me. Thank you, morning sun, which is beautiful, but it's not helping my cause here. Okay, again, we're feeding 13 people, our 11 kids and my husband and I. And this month, I know we have at least 1 week where we have company for the whole week, so it's a lot of people we're feeding. Our budget is normally $1,500 a month, which for 2 months is $3,000, and it has been really hard to stay in that budget. So there's a few things I'm doing, and one of them is shopping for the most part every 2 months instead of 1 month, which I used to do. Sounds a little crazy, but it's working so far. I have several other things that I've done to stay in budget this month. They're very practical, so I'll share those as I'm going around the table and showing you what we got. First, let's start out with our fruit section. This is the one thing we do go back for, and it's really hard to keep fruit in stock in our house. Our kids love fruit. I'm very thankful for it. I don't love fruit that much, so I'm so glad that they do. How am I gonna show you this with this light working against me? But there's 3 bags of cuties here, 2 large 8-pound bags of oranges, navel oranges I think, and 3 bunches of bananas. We're gonna get some more fruit to add to this haul, but I'll show you that later. A week and a half ago we bought 2 of these big bags of cuties, 2 of these big bags of oranges, 2 bundles of bananas, and 2 big bags of apples, and they were gone within about 6 days. So keeping fruit in the house is definitely a challenge for us. We got some frozen vegetables. They don't have frozen green beans anymore, which is kind of sad to me. I really like frozen green beans. I hope they bring them back, but we did get 1 bag of Normandy vegetables and the 2 of the broccoli. They're pretty big bags. And then I also picked up this, which I've never done before, the reviews. The nice thing about doing a pickup order, which is what I did this time, is that you see your total as you're going through, which I also see when I'm doing scan and go on the app when I'm shopping in the store. But also, it's easier to take things out of your cart than when you're walking around the store and scan and go. And you can see reviews. The reviews on these were mixed. A lot of people really, really liked them. But there were some that said the texture is a little bit different. So the people that liked them put them in smoothies and on top of soups and things like that. Made guacamole out of them and didn't just eat them like you would just eating a raw avocado. So I wanted to try 1 bag and just see if it could add to our vegetable situation. Is avocado a fruit or a vegetable? I'm not even sure. But we sure do like them here. And, you know, it's always a balance keeping fresh avocados like ripe and perfect when you're ready to eat them. Okay, we got a lot of mixed fruit. Maybe this will help our fruit situation. My kids love to use this in smoothies, but they also just love to eat it by the bowl. I mean, they would eat it by the bowl 3 times a day if we could afford it. Let me say, these are expensive bags, but I got 20 pounds basically of that mixed fruit. They really asked for frozen strawberries. These are a good deal, much better deal. I got 4 bags of that, so 16 pounds of frozen strawberries. So that was their big request. They've been asking for it for a good week or more, and maybe since last month. I couldn't find them last month, but I've heard it come up a lot. So we also got 1 bag of frozen blueberries just to mix it up a little bit, but that frozen fruit really will help us make things go farther. We put it in our yogurt, we put it in oatmeal. They like to eat it plain, like I said. And now I'm using it in the kombucha I'm making too. So lots of uses for frozen fruit. Here's some of the pantry items I've stocked up on. And as you can see, my fruit basket is like sad. It's starting to collect toys and random objects because there's only 3 lone little cuties left in there. Having a well-stocked pantry is definitely saving me money right now. So most of the meals we eat come out of our pantry and we rotate it. So we're always adding to the back of it and taking out of the front of it. I've made videos about our pantry before. It took me a while to get it as stocked as it is, but it really, really is helping me. So we got a couple things of olive oil just to add because I noticed we only had like 3 olive oils left, and so I'm always putting more in the back. And then we got some maple syrup, 3 of those. But normally I was going to buy some coconut oil because we had quite a few spots empty of coconut oil. However, since we've been making tallow and lard out of the fat we get from the whole pig and whole cow that we buy, it is saving us in having to buy coconut oil. We use it for the same things basically we would use coconut oil for. So that is definitely saving us money. I did the cost analysis ounce by ounce and found that coconut oil is about 3 times as expensive as what we're paying for the tallow or the lard. We're paying $1 per pound for the fat, and then we render it down, which is way easier than I ever thought it would be. So that is saving us money this month for sure. Okay, we got a couple boxes of Rotel just because I noticed those cans were low. A couple things of salsa to replace in our pantry, some baking powder for our baking needs, and some pistachios. We really like these. When we open them, we eat them pretty quickly. We got 6 bags of red potatoes, so this should last us 2 months, I'm pretty sure. And if not, that last time we pick up fruit, we could get another bag of potatoes, but I have a feeling it will last us just fine. We just keep them in our pantry in a dark, behind a closed door. We have a very tiny pantry, but it works like that. So when we do potatoes, we tend to use a whole bag. So typically I like to get 1 a week, but there's definitely some weeks we don't use a whole bag of potatoes. So should work out for me. This every 2-month thing is a little new. I only started it 2 months ago and it worked pretty well. I love being in the store less, so I'm gonna keep trying it. We got 3 things of crumble bacon. These are really good for just adding into whatever, beefing it up a little bit. Eggs, quiche. What else do we use it in? We find plenty of ways. Oh, on homemade pizzas. They're a really good deal, I think, because it's a lot and it's $8 or just over $8 for this bag. We've even sent it with our family to Kenya because it's hard for them to get bacon, and this is really easy to take. It's a heavy bag, 20 ounces, so 1.25 pounds. One thing my sister-in-law Abigail told me is you throw them in a little frying pan and have just till the grease kind of releases from them, and they taste way better in whatever dish you put them in. So there's a little hot tip for you. Thanks, Abigail. I've been doing that. We got 2 of these bundles of whole chickens, and they were expensive, more than I've ever paid for them. Oh, okay. Online it told me it would probably be $22. It's actually $19.53 for those 2. $20.76 for these 2. It's a lot. We do like them a lot better than the Tyson chicken or whatever the cheaper brand is, but oh boy, can't wait till we're raising our own chicken. Speaking of chicken, we got this big box. They were out of just these trays of chicken breasts or these trays of chicken thighs, and so I just got a box. It came with 6 in them. We do chicken, like a big meal, about once a week. That's about right between these 2 and all of this. That'd be about right. And sometimes now I can, if it's a soup or something, I can use half a tray. It really just kind of depends on the meal. You know how that goes? If you're just like baking chicken, you're gonna need more per person, but if it's shredded up, you can definitely stretch it. So I'm hoping that I come to the end of the month with leftover of this chicken, but the price has just gone up so much more than it used to be. It's almost $3 a pound, even buying it this way in bulk, which was the cheapest way to buy it. So there's that. We have ordered, oh, my camera's dirty. Let me try to clean air. We have ordered our chicks, our baby chicks. They come in June, and we're getting a kind of chicken that is dual purpose. I did a lot of research, way more than I probably should have. I hope it pays off for me. We're getting American breasts, which is a kind of chicken. I think it originated in France, but it's a dual purpose. So they do, I think, like 250 eggs a year they lay. So they're pretty good egg layers, but they're also very, very, very good meat chickens. So our goal, hopefully, we're only getting 25 chicks, so it might take a while to build up our supply. And the American breasts are really hard to find, so I think they become very popular. But our goal is that the chickens lay their own fertilized eggs, like they're hatching their own chickens, and we have like a self-sustaining flock, and we're gonna learn how to butcher chickens, process, whatever it's called, and that's the goal. So we have high hopes to not be eating this cheap chicken from Sam's Club one day, but it'll be a little while. And I mean, because we've never processed a chicken before. We have a lot to learn. Okay, 3 boxes of tortilla chips. We generally go through 1 a month, so this is 2, but we're trying to stock up our storeroom. We got a little low on them, so 1 is just going to storage. And one other way I'm seeing, okay, Curl Talk. Let me talk about that first. Curl Talk is a great product. I really like it. This is not an ad. It does sound like an ad. This is what Belle and Tori use in their hair. Their hair is a lot curlier than like Noelle and Hope's hair. Like tighter curls, let me say. And so I really like it for them. Destiny will use it one day too, but I don't use it on hers yet. Anyway, I really like that it comes at Sam's Club in these huge bottles that are pretty good price. It's the Not Your Mother's brand. We like the cream and the gel. So for frizz control and definition. So that's good. I got that once before and Belle was very happy with me on that. So pick that up again. Another way I am saving money is last year at Azure Standard. Ooh, let me get my light on here. I bought some of their really clean, good laundry detergent. I liked it so much. Fragrance free, it checks all the boxes really, but it is not cheap. It was a box of 4, just not cheap. But I'm so convinced I don't really want to go back to the Tide. I liked it so much. Oh boy, here we go. That was my parents.
Okay, you have a double major influencer here with you.
Yeah, right.
Double major.
Have you ever held a duck before?
No, I never have.
Isn't it cute?
This will be the first and the last time. There's nothing intrinsic about it to me. I mean,
what?
It just...
It's soft and fluffy.
It's so cute.
No.
We've got 11 of them down there.
This one's trying to fly. If this thing craps on my hand.
Oh, God.
Hey, come to my house.
Oh, they're hard to get.
The cat looks in the window at the birds like, how do I get there?
He wants this one to come to, the cat's saying, hey, come to my house.
Okay.
Come play.
Yeah,
come for
play.
A play date.
It's okay. Look.
Lord have mercy.
I told him to stay out of my video. Look at him. Oh, he's got to wash the, the duck stuff out of his hands. Okay, so I've wanted to make my own laundry detergent for a long time, but there's so many conflicting things. You read one, or you see one online, and then you see all the comments about, oh, well, vinegar can ruin your washing machine, or borax is bad for hormones in boys, or whatever. So many conflicting things. I finally decided to take that laundry detergent out of my cart because it was so much money. It was over $100 and for the 4 bottles, and just make my own. So I'm doing a combination of baking soda. I got 2 big bags here. These are pretty cheap. And vinegar. There's a lady on Instagram, her handle is Homestead on Purpose. She actually keeps 4 ingredients separately, just in mason jars, or the vinegar just in the bottle. She does half a cup of baking soda with each load, and then takes half a cup of borax, which is coming to me online from Amazon, 1 or 2 tablespoons of citric acid, and then I think it's half a cup of vinegar as well, but she puts this into the fabric softener part, so it doesn't all cancel each other out with the chemicals, you know what I mean? I think I'm gonna just try it for a while. I'll show it online when I am doing it, and so it's more clear, but I do think that it's going to be a lot cheaper, but it's still really good ingredients overall. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, but definitely saving a lot of money doing that. Lucky Charms and this mixture of goodness is what Hope picked out for her 5th birthday in a few days. So that's that. I got a lot of tortillas. We got, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 of the small ones for 2 months, which they last just fine, and 2 of the big ones. So at the farm on the weekends, we're there often, and we told the kids, the teenagers especially, that they could bring their friends over after church and just to hang out. Everybody that comes out there, including all the young people, just love it out there. So when they can have fun with their friends out there on the, just on the big acreage. So I've been looking for good, easy meals to feed a whole bunch of people. And I think tacos is the answer. Maybe tacos mixed with lentils, just to make the meat go farther. But that's why we got a lot of tortilla shells. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you updated. There's 1 bag of yellow onions, 1 bag of red onions. I think I got more than that last time. Kerrygold butter. We're out of butter completely in this house. We've been making it off of the raw milk that we get. I'm getting a whole lot of butter in my Azure Standard order, which I'm going to show you later in this video. But this is just for the few days until it comes. We had to get it last time because they were out of just the cheap butter, and it's so good. It is so good. We
Kerrygold
can't even.
is so good.
Ah, how do you go back?
No,
It's so hard.
A French butter too is good.
Okay,
And
well I
do
got
that.
some from Azure Standard that I think is French.
Is it?
Yeah,
That'd be good.
and it's a
creamy.
good price.
Very
It's better
creamy.
price than Kerrygold even.
Yeah, Kerrygold's gone up.
Yeah. Got some feta cheese. I love that on salads. 2 blocks of Parmesan cheese seems to do it for us. We'll make Alfredo and different things that we use that for 2 months. So that works good. I am out of the garlic that I usually prep and save. So I grind this with a little olive oil, put it in ice cube trays, and then put those, pop those out when they're frozen into baggies. And I just throw those cubes of garlic whenever we need fresh garlic. So quick, so easy. So
I didn't know.
yeah, learn something new every day.
I just don't.
I do the same with extra lemons and limes. Actually, I just squeeze them into ice cube trays. We got a big bag of organic carrots. I'm running into my lighting issues again. And then some carrots for the kids to munch on. I told you the kids' request was frozen strawberries. My request? Solo didn't have a request. I should have asked him. My request was salad kits. Oh, I just love them so much. Oh, I love them so much. I just wanted a few salad kits for a few easy lunches. Actually, my kids always share them with me. I don't eat a whole one usually for lunch, but my kids really love this one. So these two we'll probably just use for a meal. Got some cucumbers for dipping. I think we're gonna make some homemade hummus this month. I have some tahini already in my pantry. Some of these little peppers and a bunch of tomatoes. My little girls will just eat those, just devour them. So those are always fun to have around. And here's where we probably spent $1,000. Just kidding. 3 things of toilet paper is 2 months worth for us. We got a box of pull-ups and diapers for the baby, toddler, baby. Although one other way I've been saving money is I do have a stash of cloth diapers that I don't use all the time. We struggle with leaking cloth diapers and stinky cloth diapers, even though I've tried to strip them. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe stripping them is what was wrong years ago, but I go off and on of using them, so I've been using them more. Whenever it's convenient, I'm using cloth diapers, and that's definitely saving us. We're able to just get a box every other month and have extra with that plan. So that's another way I'm saving money. Of course, it helps that I already had some. Trash bags. These food trays are great. We've replaced our paper plates. This was a suggestion from you guys. A lot of you told me to get the food trays, that they're cheaper than paper plates. I didn't really price check this time, but I know we got them about 6 months ago and loved them. We just use them on the weekends at the farm here and there, not all the time, not for every meal by any means, but it is nice to have them around, I'll say that. We got some baby wipes. We're always using those for everything. Napkins. I am the worst with napkins. Whenever I have company, my company always asks me for a napkin because we don't put them out every time we eat. We just go to the sink and wash up or whatever. And then Kleenex too we were out of. So 1 for the farm, 1 for here. My Sam's haul does include 2 of these and 2 of these. This is soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, and those are just for my pantry. These are not the bottles. These are almost done. Well, that one is almost done. And those are coming by mail. My total at Sam's Club was $984. So remember, $3,000 is the max here. So we're trying to stay under that. Let me show you what's next. Next up is Walmart. Look at all these greens. I told the older gentleman who was loading up my car at the pickup order, I'm like, we really love frozen greens. And he laughed. He's like, yeah, I noticed. It's ridiculous. But when I stock up, I just stock up. And I got the max they let me, but it doesn't mean I cleared them out of the whole store. So no worries. Chopped spinach. What is it, 12? Yeah, the max was 12. I got 12. Collard greens, they would only let me get 6. So that's what I got for those. And then chopped kale was 12 as well. So that is a lot of frozen greens. I love to put them in quiche, but also when Solo cooks his Kenyan green dish called sukuma wiki, which means push the week. It got its name anyway because it's like the cheap meal in Kenya, where when it's the end of the week, you know, your money's gone. You push the week with sukuma wiki. However, here, if you're making it with fresh kale and collard greens and spinach, it is not a cheap meal. So we've learned a version. Solo made up a version with frozen vegetables. It's still very good, and because we've eaten it for so long, we really love it. I'm sure for Kenyans that are used to the fresh, it's quite different. It is quite different, but it's good in its own way. So we do love to eat that. It's such an easy, quick meal. We'll make it with ground beef or stewed beef, and We've done a lot on our channel. Anyway, that's why we keep so much of it. And we're low on it right now. So here's 3 bundles of cilantro. We will, with fruit, we'll get more cilantro as well. When we're picking that up every couple weeks. And then a couple bundles of green onions. We needed some seasoned salt and cream of tartar for making Christmas cookies, which we won't do for a while. But when we come to do it, we will say, why don't we have any? So I'm trying to be ahead here. My total for all of that food was $50 at Walmart. Does that seem good? I think it seems pretty good. These used to be always $1. Now they're definitely more. I think some of the collard greens or kale were $1.84. Prices are so high. I don't really have to tell you that no matter where you are in the world. You probably know that. Another way I save money is there were a couple things that I was stocking up on. I can't even remember what now, but I was just gonna get one and it was on sale, so I got several. So doing that with foods that are shelf stable really does help me. Helps me build up my supply well and all those kind of things. Another way I'm saving money this month, I'm making my own kombucha. I got a bunch of bottles here fermenting. This is fermented tea with fruit in it. It gets really fizzy. I really like it, replacing my Diet Coke. It's cheaper and it tastes better and it's better for me. So that's a huge win. Lunch meat is another area we saved on this month. I just basically forgot to buy it, but I had been buying extra each month, so we have plenty in our freezer. So that really helped save me some money this month. We actually have been eating a little more peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and a little less meat and cheese too, which it's cheaper, so, and the kids like it. So that's worked out well. Let me tell you, before I show you my Azure standard order, which actually is coming in a couple days, but I'm gonna add it on this video. Sam's Club, again, was $9.84. Walmart was $50. I have an order coming from Amazon that's included in this. As you can see with the hair stuff, personal care items are included in our grocery hauls. So a lot of that comes from my Amazon Subscribe and Save. I can show it to you if you guys are interested later, but I'll just tell you my total there was $470. I go out for raw milk at a local farm. We get our eggs there too. We use the cream at the top of the milk for a lot of things. We make cheese with some of that milk too. I get about 12 gallons of milk and maybe 10 dozen eggs every 2 weeks, sometimes a little more in the egg department. So that is typically about $110 every 2 weeks. So that is $440 for the next 2 months. And then my Azure standard order, which I'll show you in a minute, was $760. So that total comes to $2,704, leaving me about $100 every 2 weeks to pick up fruit. I wish we were producing some of our fruit ourselves. That is high on the priority list to get some fruit trees, berry bushes, all those kind of things. We do have a lot of mulberry trees. Maybe we're just gonna learn to eat mulberries. But Solo's wanted to even try growing a banana tree, which we heard people do up north sometimes, which just blows my mind. We'll see. He's kind of in charge of the fruit tree garden department of what we're doing there. And I'm more in charge of the animals. $2,700 for 2 months. I barely stayed in that budget. I had to take some things off my Amazon order that was like convenience food. We love Annie's mac and cheese. It's really quality ingredients, but it was a lot of money. And when I thought, would I rather have the kids have that or some more fruit? They love fruit. I'd rather the money go to fruit. So I took some of those things off. Definitely made some compromises to stay in that budget. The one thing I do like about shopping once a month or once every 2 months is that you see the whole picture, and then you can make decisions about what you really want to spend your money on with a sound mind. Compared to just running in the store frequently, and then it just keeps adding up and you don't even know where all that money is going. So let me show you my Azure standard order next. We're gonna fast forward to a few days from now.
Uno momento.
And I'll make sure he's not here.
You said Amazon was $474 for personal. You're doing $474 for makeup?
No, it's like shampoo and conditioner and food. There's some food in there. There's some crackers.
Why can't you just use some lye soap?
There's even some crushed tomatoes. There's a lot of things in there. Lye soap, dark chocolate. We got a lot of things in that order. I'll just show you that. It's not this time of the month that it comes, so it's later in the month, but I'll show you if you guys are interested. Okay, I'm coming to you 5 days later and my orders have arrived. You can see I even got the Sam's Club things that I mentioned before. It's a school day around here. Everybody's kind of sitting around doing their thing. getting some work done. If you don't have a hair salon on your kitchen table at some point, do you even have 6 girls? Okay, let me show you what I got from Azure Standard. I got a few new things I'm really excited about. I really wanted to get their butter, and there was some bad and good news that came with this order. This butter, when you read about the description, first of all, people really like it. I haven't tried it yet, but the reviews are very good. When you read the description, it said that the cows are mostly on the pasture, like 75% of the time. I don't need a totally grass-fed butter. I'm trying to get something that tastes as good as that Kerrygold in bulk, because we totally ran out of butter last month. We were just like, at the last week or so, we're just making butter from all our milk just to kind of keep up. So I'm anxious to try this, but I did order another box. I guess this is 18 pounds of butter, and I think the other one was that too. It is a grass-fed one they have, and I thought I was getting it, and then I got an email that said I wasn't getting it. That's why I went ahead and pulled the trigger on this. And then it looked like I was getting both of them, which is fine with me. Butter freezes really well. So the price I gave you when I told you our Azure Standard like price that we got everything for, actually it ended up being a lot lower. 100 plus shipping and everything. It ended up being a lot lower, and because that other box didn't come. So I only have this. We'll see how that goes for us for the month. But I hope to try the other one soon too, and I bet this will be good. It'll be better than just that Sam's Club butter, I think, that we normally get. We'll see. We got a bag of dry yeast that I'm just gonna stick straight in the freezer. We make almost all our bread except for our tortillas. So this cream cheese I got last time, really loved it. A lot of you told me this is your favorite one too. Don't sell it out. No, I'm just kidding. I like that it comes in this closer to like more recipe size. This is 7 ounces. Most recipes call for 8 ounces, but I don't mind it being a little less. So if I'm cooking with it, it's easy to just pull one out compared to the big tubes that I was getting before. And I'll leave some of these out in the fridge and put the rest in the freezer, because this freeze is pretty good, at least for what we're using it for. However, it's not as good as butter or bread. It does change the texture some, which I don't mind. So to me, it's worth it just to make sure I always have cream cheese. Here's the box of cheese that we have been getting, and it just lasts us 2 months. It's a whole lot of cheese. There's 8 of them. We took one out already. These huge blocks. Each block is 5.636 pounds. Something like that, 5.63, 5.41. So it's big blocks of raw milk cheddar cheese, aged over 60 days. And we love it. We stopped buying string cheese. We buy this for all our cheeses. We shred it, whatever. So that's been working great for us. It's expensive to do that, but we really like it. It's a good, I mean, to get that really nice cheese is expensive, let me say, but it's still a great price for the quality we're getting. So yes, I might be spending more, but I'm getting really good quality things. So, whoa, let me check on that. Okay, I broke up a quick baby fight. They do happen. And I got a bunch of dry ingredients too. So I got a big bag, 50-pound bag of, is it 50 pounds? No, 25, sorry, of mung beans. And it did slit open. I greatly dislike when that happens. But it does give me a chance to show you what mung beans are. In Kenya, we call them ndengu, N-D-E-N-G-U. They're good. We make a lot of Kenyan food with them, and so it's great to have a lot of those around. I bought brown lentils. I haven't bought lentils forever, but I like to, there's so many things you can use lentils for. This is also a 25-pound bag. I would like to experiment with it most with some ground beef. I told you we're trying to make big food on Sunday afternoons for our kids and their teenage friends. So I thought, I've seen a lot of people either use lentils in place of ground beef, which I don't want to use, or use it with ground beef. And even a lot of you have told me you do that. So I do want to try it. I bought this big bag. We could use it. If we don't like it that way, we'll use it some other way, lentil soup, whatever. This is the first time I've ever gotten produce, I think, besides ginger maybe, at Azure Standard. One of you told me, hey, you really need to check out the prices there. I get it cheaper there than Amazon. So I checked potatoes, onions, oranges, and apples. I only found apples cheaper, but they are organic. So if that was really important to me, I think Azure Standard is definitely a better deal on the full organic stuff. However, I see in here there's 2 apples that are definitely bad. There were 2 holes that were not filled, but I think they go by pounds. There's one under there. So I'd love to know, you know, of course I get that in bags of fruit from other stores, even Sam's Club. Sam's Club quality is very good, but yeah, I would love to know, is that a problem for you guys if you are getting, oh, even that one has a little bad spot. if you're getting the produce from as your standard, getting it shipped like that. I don't know, these apples smell amazing. I'm sure they're very good. We should taste test one. Who wants to taste test one?
Me.
Not you? Oh, you too? Go wash it quick and then we'll get back to you. Yes, you can too. Okay, then I also got 3 50-pound bags of sugar. We love this organic. Is it cane sugar? Organic cane sugar? Thought it was, maybe it's not, because one of them was out, so I couldn't get one of them, so maybe that's why I got this one. Every type of sugar I've gotten from Azure Standard, we really, really love, like way better than what we get in the stores here. So that's been a good deal for us. I am just stocking up. I've never bought this much at once, but I realize that we do go through it pretty regularly. We need to keep it ahead a little more. I store it in 5-gallon buckets with good tight lids on it, and will definitely last us until we can use it up, which is not that long with our big family. All that to say, oh, how's the apple?
Good. Good.
Ooh, you like it? Can I have one bite? Thank you, ma'am. Oh my goodness, that is so good. Why is it that much better? That is way better than anything we get around here. And this is like not apple season at all. I am filming, if you're watching this another time, I am filming this at the very end of March. Okay, go, go, go. 40 pounds of Gala, is that how you say it? Gala apples. I buy them all the time, I just don't ever say it out loud. That was worth it, let me tell you.
These apples are amazing though.
Mm-hmm. Amazing enough, you need sunglasses to eat them. Maybe I do need to try the oranges, onions, and potatoes. Anyway, with that butter mishap and all of that, I ended up with an extra $150, which means for the rest of April, as well as all of May, I have $100 every 2 weeks to spend on fresh produce. I'm gonna make it happen. I might show you if you guys are interested, or put it in a vlog or something, because I'm gonna work by using Aldi, and I'm gonna keep these kids eating all the fruit they want. So we'll see if I can make that happen, but $100 each 2 weeks makes me feel a lot better than the $50 I thought I would have to do in order to stay in budget. I probably would have definitely gone over for that. So I might not go over with 100 a week. I never asked this, but would you subscribe to my channel? Share it maybe with somebody? I would really appreciate that. I never asked that. It makes me very uncomfortable, but I know so many people have told me that they have found my grocery hauls and it just helped them take so much stress out of their lives when it came to food and shopping particularly. So I would love to help more people in that way. I really appreciate you guys. I read your comments. Even if I'm not reading, my mom's always in those comments and she's sending things to me that she thinks I might have missed that will help me. And so we're making it happen. And I love to hear back from you guys. I love the feedback. So thank you guys. We'll talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.
Oh,
They're very good.
they're very good. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Azure. What's the least minimum you can buy?
Oh, a lot less than 40 pounds.
Oh.
40 pounds is the most.
I could go through 40 pounds.
Well, of course.